I've tried a lot of side hustles in my life. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I've spent more time experimenting with businesses than working a real job. Some of them made me money, some of them gave me nothing but headaches. So today, I'm ranking every side hustle I've tried, from worst to best. And I'm not just going to name them. I'll break down how each one works, how much time it takes, the pros and cons, and why it landed in that spot on my list. And trust me, my number one pick is not what most people expect. Let's start with the bottom of the list, flipping cars. On paper, it looks amazing. Buy a cheap car, fix it up a little, drive it to a nicer neighborhood, and sell it for profit. Sounds glamorous, right? In reality, it was a nightmare. Here's why. Repair costs usually ate up most of my profit. One hidden issue, and boom, money gone. Selling a car is not like selling a phone or a pair of shoes. Buyers want to test drive, inspect, negotiate, and they often don't trust you. If your mechanic isn't reliable, you lose both money and time. And speaking of time, closing just one deal could take weeks, sometimes even months. For me, this wasn't a side hustle. It felt like a stressful full-time business that needed a lot of capital, and that's why it's at the bottom. Next up, print on demand. This one's super popular because the risk is almost zero. I tested it by selling motivational posters on Etsy, and yes, it actually worked. Here's how it goes. You design something, like posters, t-shirts, mugs, whatever. A third-party company like Printful handles the printing and shipping. You only get paid when someone buys. Pros. No inventory, no storage. Anyone can start with just a laptop and Wi-Fi. Easy to scale if your designs take off. Cons. Competition is brutal. There are thousands of sellers. Without marketing, your store is basically invisible. Margins are low. You might only make 10–15% profit per sale. Time investment. As a beginner, it might take 1–2 weeks to get your first sale. But if you push social media or run ads, you can land sales in days. This side hustle works, but it's a long game. You need patience and creativity, which is why it's not at the very top of my list. Now let's talk about tutoring. I've always loved teaching. At one point, I even used to teach people how to fly radio-controlled helicopters. Yeah, that's pretty niche. But the internet changed everything. Now you can literally teach anyone, anything, anywhere. Pros. Huge demand. People always want to learn. Zero investment. You just need your skills. Once you build trust, students recommend you to others. Cons. Every student is different, so you need a lot of patience. If you're not confident in your subject, it can be stressful. Time investment. A class usually takes 1 hour. You can easily do this part-time in the evenings or scale it up to full-time. Within a month, you could have consistent income. Imagine having 20–30 students paying you monthly. That's serious money for a side hustle. All right, now the most hyped hustle, dropshipping. I've built multiple dropshipping stores, and honestly, I've always made a profit. But let's keep it real. It's not as easy as all those TikToks make it look. How it works, you set up a store, Shopify, WooCommerce, etc. You list products from suppliers, AliExpress for example. When a customer orders, the supplier ships directly to them. Pros. No inventory, no shipping worries. High scalability. One viral product can blow your store up overnight. Low upfront cost, mostly just website plus ads. Cons. The competition is insane. Ads are getting more and more expensive. Shipping times from China can be 15–30 days, which makes customers angry. Handling returns and complaints can be a pain. Time investment. It only takes 2–3 days to set up a store. If your ads work, you can get your first sale in a week. Dropshipping is great, but it's unstable. One product trend dies, and your store dies with it. That's why it's not my number one. And finally, my number one hustle, reselling on eBay. This is the one I do every single day. The strategy is simple. I buy stock from failing businesses or clearance sales, and then flip it on eBay for profit. Pros. Real products equals higher trust from buyers. Fast cash flow. Sometimes items sell the same day you list them. If you're good at sourcing, the profit margins are insane. Sometimes 200–300%. Cons. You need space to store your stock. Packaging and shipping can take time. There's competition, but with unique products, you can stand out easily. Time investment. I usually spend 2–3 hours a day sourcing, listing, and shipping. The income is consistent, and it scales as much as you want it to. The reason it's my favorite is simple. The demand never ends. People will always shop online, and as long as I can find good deals, I'll always make money. No trends required, just smart sourcing. So that's my honest ranking. Worst? Flipping cars. Best, eBay reselling. But here's the truth. Every single hustle I mentioned can work. The only two things you need are patience and consistency. None of them will make you a millionaire overnight. So let me ask you, which of these side hustles would you actually try? Drop it in the comments, and if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit like and subscribe. I'll be sharing more real experiences, not shortcuts, so you know exactly what works and what doesn't.